There's no Julian Edelman. I think that's probably the biggest question for the Patriots heading into this game is how do they adapt with in life without Julian Edelman? I mean, we saw the Patriots were pretty effective after Edelman got hurt against the Lions. Chris-Hogan did pretty well, but I mean, that's still just the preseason. It'll be interesting to see how the scheme shifts without Edelman because it's not, I mean, Danny Amendola can maybe fill a little bit of the short routes, but I mean, someone's going to have to take on the safety net role. I mean, who do you see really taking over that role?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a combination of several players, and what you said is pretty spot on. As much as I just raved about the explosive weapons on the Patriots offense, there's still some uncertainty, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's kind of an adjustment period in the first month of the season. We've seen in past years the Pats have got off to somewhat slow starts as they got things rolling and they figured out like personnel along the offensive line was an issue in back in 2014 when they started 2-2. They don't have O-line issues. They have all 5 starters this year, but they just lost their most important offensive player, skill position player, a week and a half before the season starts. So there's going to be some kind of adjustment. I think, you know, Chris-Hogan is going to play a little bit inside. Brandin-Cooks will play a little bit inside. Neither player is like Julian Edelman. Neither guy is going to be, I think, as effective over the middle on those short, quick hitting routes. Neither one's great after the catch like Edelman, who can just always make the first guy miss and then dive forward for an extra 4 or 5 yards. That's going to be sorely missed. So they're just going to have to reconfigure how they do things offensively. And when you look at the personnel they have a lot of guys who can take the top off of defense. They have a lot of speed on the field. I don't know how much Philip Dorsett's going to play in this game, but eventually they want to integrate him. So you throw in Dorsett, 16 yards per catch a year ago. Brandin-Cooks, 15 yards per catch. Rob Gronkowski was at 21.6 yards per catch before he got hurt for the season. Chris-Hogan, 17.9, was second in the league among qualifiers. They've got a lot of vertical speed. I think the best coaches can adapt their philosophies to the personnel they have. So they're going to have to make some changes. And if that means going more vertical, now you're talking about introducing a different element. Now you're talking about Brady holding onto the ball longer than he's accustomed to doing. The O-line needs to protect longer than they're accustomed to doing. So there's some more variables in there that we haven't seen with Patriots offenses the last couple of years. So it's what you said. It's going to be really interesting to see how that all unfolds. I don't think we have any way of knowing that until we see them play without Edelman.
Yeah, so let's just look back.